Hey everyone, welcome to SLP's Wine and Cheese. I'm Deb.
And I'm Maria.
And here's our podcast.
For the realistic SLP.
Welcome!
Yay, we're back.
We are back, and even though anyone listening has not known that we've gone, really. Because we've been still uploading episodes.
True. I mean, I was out of the country, so I'm like, I'm back.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been here the whole time, but I kind of spaced out a bit.
Aw, is it because I was away?
Oh yeah, for sure. But then also, yeah, it's been summer, and summer is fun, and there's lots to do in the summertime. So if you guys have been listening to us for a while now, this now is going to be episode 14, right?
13.
13 or 14?
13.
I don't know.
Yes.
14. This is 14.
I'm
wrong. All of the other episodes we recorded in May and June, and then we just stocked up, and then we released them because we both had summer plans.
Yes, and I was out of the country.
That's right.
So
did you listen to all the podcast episodes?
I did.
You did?
I like them.
Yeah, I listened to them all too.
If I don't say so myself.
I know. But did you listen every time like, oh man, I wonder what I said, I don't remember?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
And
but
then
it was fine.
When I listened to them, they were a lot better than I remembered, so they were a pleasant surprise.
Good.
To say the least.
We did, felt like we were like beating a dead horse talking about being 30. I feel like every episode that's all we talked about. We were still 29.
Yes,
then.
and now we're
30.
Yeah, high five.
High five.
Cheers.
30.
Cheers to being 30.
And, neither of us have had a massive heart attack or stroked out, so we're doing okay.
Yeah.
I love being 30, but I was always looking forward to it.
You were way better with it than I was, I gotta admit. I definitely overreacted, 100%. So, I don't know, did you think you overreacted?
I got a tattoo and purple hair,
right.
So, I mean, I've had tattoos before, but, like, this was a quick one, too.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that? You just were like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, ready. Just popped into my head, so I drove on the way home and got a tattoo.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
You don't have any?
No.
Oh.
Actually, when I was in Greece, my cousin got laser removal for her tattoo, and that was scarring.
Oh.
Yeah, she said that was a lot of pain.
Why'd she get it removed?
Because she doesn't like it. She's so over her tattoo. She hates it.
She just didn't like the way it looked, or she didn't like the sentimental aspect of it?
Everything. She didn't like how it looked, the quote, where it was.
Oh, so she just hated it.
Yeah, just hated
well
it.
then, you know, so it's promising to know that you can still get it removed. It'll be painful, but it'll be gone.
It was painful just to look at it and hear it. It was like, oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, word to the wise. If you're going to get a tattoo, then be aware that it costs a lot and it is a lot of pain to get rid of it.
It was painful for me just to watch it.
Oh, goodness.
But anyway.
So, yeah, let's do our wine and cheese.
Yes,
We're here.
Here we are.
The pod doing our wine and cheese. Maria, what are we drinking?
Okay, so we have...
Out of our new wine glasses.
I know! Of course, they're mason jars.
Yes.
Let's cheers them.
Cheers. Who made these?
One of my coworkers. Her name is Erin Payne. I don't have her Instagram stuff, but I'll post it.
Okay.
Just
Thank
to
you,
give her a
Erin.
shout
I
out.
love these so much.
Yeah, they're cute, right?
They have our name on them.
Erin is a hustler. She works as a para. She's got 2 kids. She has her own little side gig going down. She's great. So, anyway, so we have rosé.
Mm-hmm.
We're going with a nice summer theme, I guess. Enjoying the summer.
Yeah.
So it's Solfa Sol. Yep, that's what this wine is called. It's a rosé wine, 2016. It's from Argentina. It's very fancy. And we paired it with feta.
Mm-hmm.
So let me talk about the wine. I think it's great. It's sweet, obviously. It's rosé. Rosé tends to be sweet. It has a nice freshness to it and has fruity flavor. But I wouldn't say it's overly sweet because I've had some sweet rosés that you feel like you're just drinking like cane juice.
I feel like this is like more so on the dry edge.
I think it said it's It's an even bodied.
Oh, okay,
It's like not too sweet, not too acidic.
Whenever I'm drinking one, I think even body is the way to go.
I feel like that's like your favorite thing to say about wine.
Even body, yeah.
Yeah.
I want an even body.
Right. Even if the wine's not even-bodied, I feel like you're still going to say even-bodied.
Yeah, just in general, I think even body is the way to go.
Yeah. And I feel like if you're on a date, you should be like, this wine is so even-bodied. You're going to sound so, like, know what you're talking about, even though you don't. I'm just kidding.
Well, now you know. We taught everyone.
Yeah.
Even-bodied wine.
This is even-bodied wine. It's great. And the cheese is feta, so it's salty. And the sweetness of the wine is so great with the saltiness of the cheese.
Yeah, they do complement one another. So I say drink it.
I say drink it too. This is one of my top wines so far.
Oh.
And you got this from your birthday, right?
I did. So for my birthday, we had like a basic bitch kind of rosé all day, living my best life party theme.
That was like my whole vacation in a nutshell of a month
I'm
long.
going to eat this cracker that fell on the floor.
Yeah, interesting.
But
that was
yeah, so I had so many bottles of rosé, and that we stayed. Do you know Colin Jost? I already told you I'm friends with him. So he let us have the party at his house in the Hamptons.
Oh, that was his house?
Yeah, it was so amazing.
Can we go back there now that I'm back?
Sure.
Okay. Let's hook that up.
Yeah, so on my birthday, Amanda, my sister, and my friend Gabby came, and we all drove to Montauk, and then Colin
Which is
wasn't
basic right there, like just the location.
Well, I mean, it's
In a
crazy.
good
They're
way,
so rich.
Yes.
Like the richest of rich.
I saw quite some rich people too on vacation. I thought about you when you sent me. So
I sent you that parking lot of all those cars. I'm like, I don't even know what kind of cars these are.
Yes, and I was in a parking lot too with these fancy cars, and I was like, this is how Deb felt. And you're like, I don't even know if I belong in the same air.
I was like, Colin told us to walk to that place, and I was like, oh, okay. So we walked, and then I was like, yeah, I'm really glad I didn't drive. He's like, yeah, because they would have set your car on fire for it being in Jeddah. Like,
yeah.
They're like Ferraris only.
Right.
But that place was called Gurney's. It was like the wealthiest place I've ever been to. I mean, all the people who are super rich, they just look miserable, and they're like competing with each other's labels. I was just thrilled because I had no labels, so I didn't care. But I did love it. It was so fantastic. But yeah, Amanda and Gabby met me there, and I got like a cloud float with a rainbow. And
I saw that.
Yeah, that was great. And Gabby got a pineapple float, and Amanda got a unicorn
floats
float.
Are like all the rage, right?
They are. I mean,
I had floats too.
It was amazing. The
we
floats
had a
are the
huge
best.
Duck float and
I saw that.
flamingo one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? What is this? It's like a new obsession
because
with floats,
it's
but
nice
they're
to
pretty
just
great.
Relax.
It is true.
Yeah, because that's what summer's about. It's just chilling.
Yeah.
It was so hard when I was around kids this summer when like they were like, "Come in the pool, come in the ocean," and I'm like, "No, I want to sit."
Yeah, I agree.
But
with that.
yeah, so Amanda and Gabby came, and then in the morning we decorated, and it looked so lovely. Then my friend Janelle came, who's a fellow SLP, and she also works at City Sounds of New York with me. And then Colin came home that day, and he's dating Scarlett Johansson, so she was there, and then her daughter.
Scarlett was at your birthday?
Yeah, we all went out to dinner.
Here. Oh, wow. So you are fancy.
And then we all went back and had cake, and then woke up in the morning and did a photo shoot on the floats in the pool. And then I stayed for a couple more days, then Mike and Colin went to do a comedy show at a casino in Florida.
Cool.
So I stayed at the house, and my friend Amy came, and then we just like lived our best life all over again, just floating in the pool. And then by this day, because Colin put the pool heater on the first day and like never turned it off, so by this last day the pool was like
a jacuzzi.
Oh my goodness, yeah, but it was nice. And then we drove home, and then the next day when I got home, I had my cousin's engagement party. And then I went to the Knitting Factory because Michael Che was doing a comedy show there.
What is that? The
Knitting Factory? It's like a music venue in Brooklyn and Williamsburg.
Wow.
On Metropolitan.
I was like, is that... I took that a little too literally.
Oh no, it's like a music venue.
Okay, cool.
But they do comedy shows. There's a lot too. Oh. So Che was doing a show at the Knitting Factory. So after the engagement party, we went, and then we all did karaoke.
Oh, fun!
It was so fun.
What did you sing?
Everything.
Okay.
Every single song. I sang all of the songs.
Did you sing this one? Back to life. Back to reality.
No, but that's
no, because that's the theme.
resonating with us right now.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Somewhat sad, to say the least.
I mean, like, I've been working all summer,
Yeah.
so
I
it's
think
fine for
it's
me.
almost harder because I like lost my steam, I guess, from working. Like I.
Right, it's hard to like
Didn't-
step out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. God.
But yeah. Oh, I just wanted to wrap that up by saying Saturday Night Live is my favorite show ever. Everyone should tune in every Saturday at 11:30 p.m. because
if you're not already, come
if you're
on.
not already,
That
but like
show's great.
yeah, who like put it on Hulu or record it, whatever. Because the head writers of that show, they make my life great, and I love them. And I think they're so fun and generous.
And the show is actually really great. So.
Yeah, that too.
Awesome.
The show's
Good jokes. Good jokes from
But
that
then,
show.
yeah, let's hear about your birthday.
Oh man. Well, I had like kind of two birthdays. So since for my actual birthday I was in Greece, but before that I had all my close friends. We went to Tao, and I had so much anxiety over it. Like, should we go here? Shouldn't we? And I knew I wanted to be fancy. So it ended up being great because we were like in the lounge part, and I was like joking around with my friends, like, you know, you're 30 when you're like, this is so great in here, because we didn't go to the club part.
Right, yeah.
And we were like, it's so great because you could hear each other talk. We're
Right,
like,
yeah.
that's how you know you're 30.
Yes.
That we were like, we love this here because of.
Did you see that meme that's like, I'm 30, but I can still party like a 20-year-old until I see how 20-year-olds party, and then I'm like, no, I'm 30.
I haven't seen that, but.
It's like something like
But
that.
that's one of my friends like, oh, we're gonna go into the club. So one of my other good friends who was on the trip with me in Greece too, she had her birthday at the same time, and she invited guys, and she was like, I don't know if we're gonna get in the club if we meet you there because we have guys. And I'm like, just come, just meet us. And then they surprised me, and I'm like, I'm so happy you came.
Oh.
You know, and I keep joking around saying that they crashed my party, even though it was like her actual birthday.
Right, yeah.
And my birthday was like 2 weeks later.
Right, yeah.
But I was like, no, we're not gonna go to the club. We're gonna hang out in the lounge. Like, bring, you know, it was fine that you brought the guys.
You can still hear the music.
Exactly, and it was better again because we were able to talk.
I've been in that club. It was insane. I was like, that can't be the direction we're going in, and it was. I was like, looks like I'm going to have a seizure if I walk into that like, bright, blinking light, cloudy room.
Yeah, no, I'm over that. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, but it was such a great night. We were just like hanging out, and I felt like so relaxed and free, and there was all my closest friends, so it was great. And then my friend Jen brought all her friends, and I know them through her, so it was like an extra bonus of all those
So it was
friends.
like a big party.
Yeah, it was. It was great. So that was my birthday. That was my 30th in New York.
Right.
And that was great because it was my 30th without me even being 30.
Right, yeah.
So
So
I
you
love
didn't even
that.
have to feel the pain.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good. And then my actual birthday, I was in Greece, and it was so great because the night before was my cousin's wedding, and I was with all my family, and at 12 o'clock, my cousins brought me, they didn't have cake because apparently the bakery was sold out of cakes. They made me like 2 waffles with
That
Nutella,
was
my
nice.
favorite thing. They surprised me at 12 o'clock and started singing to me.
Sweet.
And then the next morning, I woke up in a hotel in Greece, and I had breakfast. I went to the beach, and my other cousin, the one who got married, brought me a cake on the beach.
Oh, yes, I saw that picture.
Yeah, so it was awesome.
That's something I wanted to talk about, birthday cake.
Yeah.
Birthday cake is the greatest invention there ever was.
Really?
Because
I'm not a huge birthday
I
cake
never
person.
was
I love
until I had a house party for a weekend that just had a cake in the refrigerator. So from when we did my cake until the rest of the days that I was there, I just kept opening up the refrigerator and eating more cake, which
Nice.
fueled my survival for the whole day. Like, I was able to survive a whole day because I was just eating birthday cake.
Wow.
Had some for breakfast, some for
Wow.
lunch.
That's living.
I just ate birthday cake for like 4 days.
Wow.
I did end up throwing some of it out, though, because Mike got a
That's-
pretty big cake.
Were you sad about that, to throw some of it
No,
out?
by then
No.
I was like, I have done all I can for this
Right.
birthday cake. There is no more that I can. I cannot. I'm at maximum capacity for
maximum
birthday
capacity.
cake.
You reached the ceiling of the birthday cake.
Yes, I sure did.
So, sure did. Sure did.
Sure did.
So, yeah. So, we're 30 now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels good.
Feels good. And I totally overreacted. Yeah, I feel a little silly now looking back. Like, all right, it's just a number, like, whatever. And
Right.
now I'm like proud that I'm 30. I'm like, I'm 30 and I don't look it. Yeah. I mean, maybe people think I do, but I don't think I do. So that's
yeah, I
all
don't
that
know what
matters.
30 looks like. I keep looking
True.
at my face and I'm like, it looks good. I wonder if it's the rodent
Me
and
too.
fields, though.
Interesting.
Anyway, so
but-
you met up with a bunch of SLPs while you were in Greece.
I did. Since we're having the feta,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's bringing me back.
So what happened? Who
So
did you meet?
I met so many SLPs in Greece. It was so
We
funny.
have a big shout out to Greece.
Yeah.
Actually. I'm gonna go on our
Especially
while you're
now's a
talking.
tough time in Greece because of all the fires.
Oh no!
So yeah,
what kind
I know.
Of
Sorry.
fires?
Oh, you didn't hear? There's
No,
fires.
I don't
the
watch
forest
the news.
fires. Oh my
I
gosh.
hate that show.
There's like 80 people dead.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, all houses burned down. The whole like area of Greece is just like wiped out. It's really sad what's happening. right
Oh,
now
were
in
you
Greece,
close
so.
to that area?
I wasn't,
oh.
but I do know someone.
How
who,
big is Greece? Can you like compare it to a state?
Oh, I can't. I don't know, but I know there's 7 million people that live there, or 10. Seven
or
to
10
10.
million?
7 to 10. Let's
Well,
just
there
say.
are 71 listeners in Greece, so shout out to all of you.
So 1% of Greece.
I hope
listens to
you're
us.
okay, and I
Yeah.
hope that your family is okay, and all of your friends and loved ones are
Yeah.
doing well.
It's a tough time right now for Greece. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I met a few. So I met a girl. Her name is Sophia. Shout out to her. She found me on Instagram. That's what's so great about Instagram.
Yeah.
And we had a coffee date.
Very
We met up before she had to go to work, which was so sweet.
SLP's coffee and cheese.
No cheese, but about SLP's coffee, please.
There we go. Coffee, please.
Yeah, that was straight off the dome. So we had a nice chat. She told me all about how speech works in Greece. So let's see what I thought interesting. What was interesting? Okay, so to do speech pathology, it's only 4 years of college, and she felt like, not to like blow up her spot, but she didn't really feel very prepared out of school. And
I hear that from a lot of people.
yeah. So I mean, for us, we do 6 years. So imagine 4 years and how much more lost
Right.
you probably feel.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like considered like a technical school almost in Greece.
Okay.
And
Like
those
a
are-
nursing assistant. Like
I guess I don't know. Like I don't know the equivalent, but that's kind of what it's considered. And so she went to a lot of seminars. So there's a lot of seminars. There is a lot of like continuing education in Greece, and a lot of them will go like outside of Greece, like London, let's
Okay.
say, or France, to get trained in certain things. So there was
oh,
that.
maybe I should go to
Yeah.
France to get trained in
I
some
know,
things. We
right?
have 22 listeners in France.
Yeah, why not?
I'll
Seems like
send that.
England is the closest for them. And they have
We
Ashley
have
there.
37 listeners in the United Kingdom.
Come on, let's boost that number up. Come on, England.
Yeah, come on, UK.
Come on. So there's actually only 3 different parts of Greece that have speech pathology as a major. So like only 3 different schools that have
Oh,
it.
okay.
So if you want to,
How many schools are there in Greece?
there's
Lots?
a lot. I don't
There's a
know how
lot?
many, but there's only like.
Well, I
oh,
mean, the Greeks like invented education.
I know, right? And that's
Right.
why that's what's so weird about them. Like, come on, people. Like, anywho, so there's only 3 different schools. So she went to one that was like closest to her house,
Mm-hmm.
her home. What did I want to say that she said? So yes, she talked about like the payment, which seems like they're really frustrated with the payment there. A lot of parents are just like paying out of pocket, or because they have universal health care.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. It was very interesting to hear because how we don't know what's going on in our economy and our world with
Right.
with healthcare and
All I know is
reimbursement.
I pay a lot, and I have not been to the doctor in a long time.
Yeah,
I'm about to go to every doctor.
you should.
I want to go, but then you still have to pay the copay.
Right.
So it's like, what's the point?
Well, there is they have universal health care, but it's like when you go to the pharmacy, which is on every corner, you could just go to the pharmacist and be like, I have a stomach ache, and they'll just give you
Oh.
thing. You have to be like really sick to go to the doctor, and the good doctors you have to pay out of pocket for.
Oh.
So it's really corrupt, I think.
Ah.
It's not a perfect system.
Right.
But
There
whatever.
is no perfect system.
There is no perfect
So
system.
everyone on Facebook thinking your Facebook statuses are going to fix our flawed system, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong.
There is no perfect system.
Yeah. There's more to meets the eye. So anyway, a lot of parents will pay out of pocket, or because they have the universal health care, the parents have to like lay out the money and then they get reimbursed, or the offices, like the speech offices, will lay it out and then they wait 5, 6, 7 months sometimes to get money, and then sometimes the insurance company will be like, no, we told you 10,000 but we only have 6, take 6. So sometimes they really are like
they
working
do a lot
for
of
free.
free work.
Yeah, unfortunately.
My sister's
Yeah.
a lactation consultant. She does a lot of free work
Oh,
because
really?
a lot of times it won't get reimbursed.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that going on. And what else? Oh, one of my family friends is in school now for speech. So her and I were chatting.
Oh.
She has a whole class on just like neurology. She has a whole class just on strokes. So they have like a lot of.
But is that just like
information.
anatomy and then acquired?
It is, but then they'll have like just one class just on stroke. On aphasia, excuse me.
Just on aphasia.
Just
Okay.
aphasia. Another one just on like the nerves. Like
Oh,
very
okay.
specific courses. I was like, wow, I feel like that's more intense than like ours.
Mm-hmm.
But what else? Oh, yes. And then one more thing I thought was interesting. When I had my coffee date with Sophia, she talked about PCI, which is this indirect approach to stuttering, which is by this guy Michael Palin. I don't know, Palin.
I think Palin.
Who is that? Is he famous? He might be famous.
Sarah Palin is famous.
She is. 'Cause she can see Russia from her backyard.
Right, she sure can in her
Yeah.
leather coat.
And it's about this whole indirect approach to stuttering, which was so interesting. How you're working directly with the parents. You don't do anything with the kid. You're just working with the parents and you're counseling them. And every week they have like an assignment to do with the kids. So like, and they have to commit to 5 minutes a day with their kid. So when she told me that, I was like, oh, all right. And she's like, yeah, it seems like, oh, all right. And the parents are always like, yeah, totally doable. And towards the end of the 6 weeks, it's a 6-week period, they're like, oh my God, that was tough. Or
Really?
Yes, I know.
That's
Because
crazy.
it has to be, I know. And
I guess it's just because like there's so much to do in the day
yes.
to just like allocate that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if you have other kids too.
Correct.
Because
and
that's
a
probably
job.
like the only 5 minutes that everyone else has something else going
Exactly.
on. Yeah.
But they'll give like each week is like an assignment. It's very in depth, this approach, and she had to, I think, go to England to get trained in it or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
it's
should go
very
to
interesting.
England.
I know, right? I've never heard of this approach. The biggest thing is that it's indirect. You're working directly with the parents because the parents are, the parents, and you're training them, and their whole approach is like not to spend too much time focusing on the stuttering, and just the weekly assignments are going to be different. And like, let's say 1 week it's okay, don't interrupt them, and those 5 minutes you have to work on that goal. So week 1 is we're going to spend 5 minutes, we're going to play a game, and I'm not going to interrupt you. The next week is I have to ask less questions, and they have to like journal what they think about what worked, what didn't, and they come back to the SLP, and the SLP like counsels them.
Speaking of journaling,
yeah,
do you
so-
still journal?
I did. I brought my journal to Greece. I journaled a lot.
You did?
I did. I loved it.
That's great. I would look at a page and be like, what? What do you want me to write on here? Like,
Really? You know,
I'd be
but
like,
you-
you want me to write a speech therapy exercise, or
But-
do you want me to write a plan?
But you doodle. So
I
feel
doodle.
like that's kind of your equivalent to journaling, no?
I guess so. Whenever but I always doodle with a purpose, like with a speech therapy goal in mind. Whenever I used to
Is
like
your mind
journal,
just like eat, sleep,
speech.
eat, sleep, speech,
No, I
repeat?
wish I was that like dedicated and
You
disciplined.
seem that dedicated.
I
and
guess.
disciplined.
Well, I mean,
You know what I'm dedicated to right now? Drinking
drinking
this
the wine,
rosé.
then you do that.
It's great.
I mean, I don't know. I suppose I am, but it's just like where the ideas are going to. That's where I keep thinking, and it's like all I'm just exposed to speech and comedy,
You're
and
right.
comedy is so much about like politics right now. I'm like,
About who you know.
oh,
If you could just
I hate
get
all
us to
politics.
why don't we just hang out in Colin Jost's house again? Because I miss that.
Oh, sure. I'll call him up right now.
Yeah. Oh my God, we should do
No,
that.
well, he's in Utah right now.
All right, another time. I want to go to Utah. I want to go skiing there.
I want to go to Wyoming.
Oh, okay.
I
What's
do.
there?
It's just pretty.
Okay.
There's like lakes that are like aqua blue
Interesting.
mountains. I want to go.
Okay.
So anyway,
let's get to
we're going to talk about
reality. I'm sorry, I'm not ready for reality. I'm just still
really.
like,
Are you eat, sleep, prevent reality?
sure. I'm just my whole vacation was like eat, sleep, beach, repeat, like that. It was just
That's great.
It was so great. Oh my god. If anyone has questions about Greece planning, let me know, because I went to 6 different islands. I feel like very equipped to give some travel advice.
Did you stay with family the whole time?
Half and half. I have a house in Athens, so I stayed in Athens. My house, so that was great. Did like my own thing there. I walked to the supermarket. I had my friends, my cousins.
Sounds like Brooklyn.
Yeah, my cousin's friend came to the house and did my nails there.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not done now.
Yeah,
so
I just tore off all my nail polish
Then
today.
I went to an island and I stayed with my aunt, and then my friends came. We went to like 4 different islands. It was all over the place. So awesome.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, it was great. And
but now we're back.
oh God, okay,
You're
let's
back.
get back.
So,
okay.
When do you go back to work?
Tomorrow at my private practice.
Tomorrow.
But
And I've been
school's-
working all
yeah.
summer.
Ouch.
No, it's been fun.
Okay.
I didn't work for when it was my birthday.
Great. That's why it was the best day ever.
Yeah, I guess. But I like working.
I will say, as Americans, we work too much.
Yeah.
I got a hint of that European lifestyle, and it's true, man. We're wasting so much. Not wasting, but spending a lot of time at work.
I have to pay off my student loans.
I know.
So I'm trying to,
I know.
get rich or die trying.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Anywho. So I was listening to our podcast on the rerun episodes, kind of from my perspective, and I heard myself say my summer plans, which were completely inaccurate. None of what I said was going to happen this summer happened.
You made a desk and you organized the room.
No, I did that, but that wasn't in the episode I'm talking about. I was
okay.
I'm not taking any CPSC kids, and I'm going
Yes.
to Los Angeles, and then I'm renting a lake house for my birthday. And I didn't do any of that. So
Correct.
I am working currently this summer. I work 3 days at a preschool and 2 days at a nursing home. I'm off 2 days a week. I love it. I am enjoying it very much. So for the preschool kids, I have planned out each week as a theme for an ocean critter.
Wow.
The first week was starfish.
I'm going to bite into this.
Go
feta.
for it.
It's so good.
The second week was octopus. And the third week is going to be, I can't remember because I didn't do it yet, but I think it's going to be dolphins.
I was going to say dolphins. I'm sorry. I'm talking with my mouth.
But I don't
full.
like dolphins, so I probably
What?
didn't pick dolphins. We already talked about this.
I know.
They're the
They're the
rapists of the sea.
Whatever.
I don't remember what my next one is. Oh, those. Okay, here we go. Orca whales. That's what's next. Third week is orca whales. So we talk about facts about the theme, a craft on the theme, a color by sound, letter, or number on the theme, ocean animals by sound and articulation, ocean vocabulary, story about the theme, and then trace the theme.
We should post a picture of that.
Yes, we could post a
This
picture
is
of my plan.
I'm just going to give a little visual for the listeners. It has summer 2018 speech pre-K, and she's outlined each week what she's going to do. That looks great.
It's all a week behind, though, because the DOE didn't give me any of the contracts till a week late, which worked out because then I didn't have to work at all the week of my birthday.
Awesome.
So, I mean, I felt bad for those kids that got delayed
Can we
services.
cheers to that?
Cheers.
Cheers to not working on your birthday week.
So, I guess I'm going to have to eliminate one of my weeks. So, it's upcoming.
I wonder if you can combine some of them. How about that?
Maybe. Week 1 is starfish, week 2 is octopus, week 3 is orca, week 4 is shark, week 5 is jellyfish, and week 6 is stingray.
Combine orca and shark. They're similar.
I'll combine. Either I'll combine or eliminate.
Okay.
Because, I mean, how much am I getting? I've been drawing all these new pages every week. So, and those are available on my Patreon if you want to check it out. But they've been going pretty well. And that gets us into really what we should have been talking about this whole time, but we're distracted by our birthdays. We're going to talk about preparing for school, but we just hit the halfway point in our show, and it's time for us to do some housekeeping in
we got
like
30
seconds.
Yeah.
So it's like so go ahead. Let me hear your last thoughts before This
Oh,
is your
God, my
last
last thought.
your last 20 seconds of summer.
Oh my God, the summer is great, and I want to adapt the summer lifestyle into all year round. It has to be just living in the moment, hanging out with friends, enjoying nature, and just be free. Honestly,
Yeah, I think that's why I chose animals, because I want to learn about different types of life.
cool.
Yeah.
That's the timer. All right.
All right, now we
go
hit
over
30
some
minutes.
Housekeeping stuff. All right, let's think. What do we want to
So
start
if
with?
you haven't yet, we would be honored if you would go on iTunes and rate and review us and just say everything that you think about our podcast,
Yes.
especially if it's positive.
Yeah.
Write all that down. If you have any questions or anything you would like us to talk about, you can email us at slpswineandcheese@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at slpswineandcheesepod _ between each word. And then also, if you want to get an idea of what Maria and I are doing, you can follow me on my speech therapy account at Deborah Brooks CCCSLP.
And mine is Maria Kotsonis, KOTSONIS, and there's an underscore between my first. Oh, Maria Kotsonis SLP _ between my first and last name. But you'll see, we're tagged and
Yeah, we tag
each other. They'll find us.
I'm about to have a online book party the day that this is posted with.
Oh, you didn't tell me this.
Oh, I didn't. Emily
Oh.
Diaz. She's the Mrs. Diaz on Instagram. And she is just the best. She is so informed when it comes to speech therapy and literacy. She works for, I don't know if it's Usborne or Usborne. Usborne. I think it's Usborne.
I don't know. I see
don't
you,
know.
Bam T Bloom. I don't know what that is, but
It's Usborne or something. It's the name of the books. I don't even know how you call the books, but I love them. And she has such
Usborne,
great
yeah.
resources and tips and tricks to use these books in speech therapy. I'm going to post a bunch of videos of the books I already have and how I have already used them. And I'm going to share with you the list of books that I intend to get at the book party, which is going to be Tuesday, July 31st.
July. Oh yeah, so
At
that's like this Tuesday.
7:30 p.m. in New York.
Am I invited to this?
I will send you
'Cause
the link.
I'm gonna be in New York then.
Wonderful. So it's called Christmas in August. Christmas in July is the theme of the party. So it's fun. You take selfies to win contests and stuff. And I'll send you the invite. So if you're interested, hit me up. I'll send you the Facebook invite. And we're going to buy some books and get ready for the school year and have a good time.
Oh God, I'm not ready for the school year.
Really? I'm so
sorry.
ready. I'm going to lean my foot on your leg. Does that work? Is that okay? My foot hurt. I hurt my foot. I never posted about it because I felt like a weak loser. But, I
Ouch.
nearly broke my foot. But it's
Ouch.
okay now.
Oh, good.
It still hurts, but it's okay.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about the new school year coming up. I'm going to be at an elementary school and a preschool and the nursing home.
Wow.
Yes. So I'll be at and I'm a CF supervisor.
I know, that's a lot.
So what I know right now, and which we know every time I say what I'm going to do, it never is the truth.
Yeah.
This is why I tell people worry is the misuse of imagination.
I like that one.
Because you're not a psychic. Even me thinking I know what I'm going to do, I have no clue what I'm going to.
Yeah.
It's going to actually happen.
That's why
So
I'm just,
even if I was worried,
I'm going to live in the moment. That's my new
good.
thing.
You live in the
I
moment.
feel like I always said that, and now I feel like I want to really, really do it
You're
more
going
and
to
more.
live it?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Good.
live it. So let's start with just what we're gonna do now. Okay, so we're gonna talk about going back to school, going back to work. Let's say.
Yes.
I know there are probably some SLPs out there who are working the summer.
Yes. Like
But let's just talk about the fresh start that you feel in September, right? So let's just talk about that.
Well, really now August. Most schools start in
God.
August. Well, no, because you're
August, yeah.
DOE, so
I'm
you don't
DOE.
start till what is it?
September
7th or
5th
something? 5th?
I go and the teachers and the staff goes in a little earlier, but all right. So just going back to work, right? Summer's over. You're going back,
Right.
And we're gonna talk about what we see, what we do, and what we write.
Yes. See, do, right. This is
Yes.
our segment called See, Do, Right.
Yeah. All right, what are we going to talk about? So what we see. So you talked about your where
So
you're
I
working.
have a new space. I'm at a school, but I have a new room, and I have a window and a new area. So I'm gonna get a fish and some plants, probably bamboo and cactus.
That's
so I don't
what I
kill
have
them.
in my speech room. So let me just go over where my location. I'm in a school too, and the school that I'm in, it's Department of Ed school, and we're transitioning now. Now we're only going to have up to 5th grade. So we have a whole bunch of new kids coming in, a whole lot of changes happening in September. So I'm excited. Change is good.
Wait, what was it before?
It was K to 8.
Oh.
And now it's K to 5. Like not all of a sudden.
So where'd those grades go?
They created a new site for those grades.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
And they're close to you?
Well, now all my 6th graders and 8th graders left, so now we're only going up to 5th grade. So.
But I mean, like, is the new location close to the first location?
Oh, it's the same school.
Oh,
just
okay.
They revamped the whole school
Oh,
now.
okay.
Like,
got it.
so I'm gonna have K to 5, and of course I still do like some home care, and I have some private practice. But for this segment, See Do Right, I'm just gonna focus on K to 5, my elementary students.
Okay. I'm gonna focus on my pre-K through 4th.
I like that. Okay.
Okay. So
Maybe you could dabble in the nursing home too, though, because
I could.
if you
maybe
could.
I could, but that's not as planned. The nursing home is not as planned because, like, you don't see the residents for as long as a period of time as you do. But I'll talk about what therapy I do with them.
Dabble in it. Why
I use
not?
a lot of the things that I used with my high school students with the stroke
home?
patients.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to talk about C.
What I'm gonna see is my new space.
My space is awesome. I love my
Oh,
space.
it is?
And I share a space with 2 other SLPs, and they're awesome.
I'm gonna
They're
share
like my work
space
wives.
with
They are my work wives.
with a reading intervention teacher.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Definitely be close with her. It makes such a difference when you're close with the people in your room.
Yeah, I like her, and she also, this is tripping on me, she also runs, like, the girls group, like the Young Feminists Club.
Get out of here.
So she's, like, fun to talk to. She's
Cool.
always, like, up on the issues. I like to keep somebody around who's got their finger on the pulse of pop culture,
Nice.
because I don't.
I feel like you do.
No, I don't. I don't know anything about anything.
All right. So we have a bulletin board in our room, and we're probably gonna do it something related to fall. I love Pinterest for their fall ideas.
Oh.
I'm gonna be posting on that, I'm sure, and they could see the summer bulletin board we had, and we always try to do a play on words. I don't know if you're gonna have a bulletin board, but
No, I don't have a bulletin board. So
Okay.
all of my decor, which I've never really went crazy with decor, it's all going to be within my classroom, my speech room.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't have a bulletin board.
Oh, we don't have a fish. I guess we could get one. That would be cute. But we do have a plant, and we make our kids like water it and all that fun stuff.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna have a job chart, which I've never had before.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Check. We also have like a treasure box, sticker box. You want to invest in one of those? It's my old shoe box that we decorated.
I have a treasure box. But you have to like earn prizes, and they take long to earn them. So I kind of hide it away. But so I want to get a fish, and I'm gonna ask about birds because my aunt has these 2 birds that she wants to get rid of, and there's like no way I can keep them in my apartment because I have too many heartbeats in here. So maybe we're gonna have birds. Who knows? And then also, so we already talked about our space and what we see. Oh. On my birthday, we got like the happy birthday balloons with the letters.
Yes, I saw
and
those.
we blew them up and strung them together. We didn't use the helium. We just like blew them up with a straw. So I'm going to get those balloons, but they're going to say speech therapy.
Wow.
And I think I'm going to get orange and yellow.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm going to string those up against the wall. And that's my only decor plan that I have.
You don't want to get too crazy with the decor because it can be distracting. That's my opinion.
Right.
It depends on the caseload. I mean, I'm gonna have K to 5, and they're gonna be, on the spectrum. So I think like less is more for them. For me,
right?
I don't know about you. So I'm gonna see less.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna see.
I also don't want to like spend all my time and energy there, and I don't want to spend money there.
Definitely not.
So, but I do like those little balloons with the letters.
True.
So that'll be a fun little thing, and then probably some lights on string, which I already own.
Oh gosh.
And
okay.
And we'll see what happens after that.
Okay.
So then the other thing that you see is like, so you come in, you see your space, which could be a closet, and you know what? Maria and I have been doing this for 5 years. We now have these spaces that we're talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't know what that means. That doesn't even say time. So we have these spaces which we haven't always had. I have worked in crazy places like the library, a hallway, a closet, a stairwell.
Right.
I've shared rooms with the counselors. I've been thrown out of here, thrown out of there, picking my stuff up and moving. Yeah. So
that's
it did take a long time.
SLP life right there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just go talking about like some glorious room that we both had and always had or anything like that. Like we, you know, it takes a while to get to a spot where you have this space. And I think it's in your best interest to like put up with some crap so that you can kind of like prove your worth.
I was gonna say claim your territory.
And claim your territory.
Don't urinate on it. No,
I'm
just kidding.
like, no, don't do that. That would be unacceptable.
Right.
But Frankie just peed on my bed.
I know, that was terrible.
Oh,
gosh.
So bad.
So in terms of what I'm thinking of what we see, I'm thinking of caseload. So how do you start? How do you plan your caseload, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is I have the classroom list. You get a list from the secretary or one of the teachers, so you get a list. And if you're splitting, if you're not the only SLP in the building, I think it helps to pick by class, so that way you just have all the kids in that class. So when you plan lessons with the teachers, you just have all those kids. The teacher knows to come back to you. You're the point SLP point person for that class.
Right.
You can not use the same lesson, but let's say the teacher's talking about orcas, you're going to plan the lesson with orcas and you're going to use it with all those kids because they're all in the same class. When you make groups, you want to group. I think it's better to group kids that are in the same class.
Okay.
So I think those are some good tips. That's what I do. It doesn't always work out that way, but, you know, if you can, I think, to group all your kids by class. So
for my school, I had all of them last year. So the only ones who are going to be new are the incoming kindergartners. Mm-hmm. So for the most part, I'm pretty familiar with my entire caseload, which is nice. So I get a list of kids, and I also get a schedule because they make the schedule for me at the school, which is quite nice.
Wow.
I know, it's very nice. And the great thing about that is that nobody can really have an issue with when you're taking a kid because the schedule was made for you. Anyway, so what I do is I use Google Docs, and it saves my life. The first thing I do is I get my list of kids, and I create a running Google Doc that's going to have that child's name, their mandate, their classroom, their birthday, and their NYC ID, which is, I don't know if that's something that everyone has, but it's like a social security number for kids. And then next to that in the running document is all their goals.
Oh, wow.
And then I write it like, so let's say Maria will answer 10 who questions, whatever, so general. Then I will say Maria answered blank who questions. So I'll like retype all the goals in like sentence form, in like form of how they did it, so that when I'm going back to do my notes, I'm just filling in one blank instead of writing a whole sentence.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I have one running document of that. Then I color code it based on grade. And then after that, I will create another Google Doc that's called New Goals. And I'll put all the kids' names in there because what happens...
I thought you said new goals, but you said new goals.
New goals, yeah.
Okay.
And I share that with the whole special ed team, so that when the person's IEP date is coming up, I just add their new goals to that running document, and then they copy and paste it from there, so they never have to like request it from me. It's always there.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, so it's just a running document of their current goals and all their information, which I use when I write their reports. Then I have another document called New Goals. I put all of their names and information, and then the goals section is blank until I fill it in. And then when the special ed team is doing the reviews, they just go to that document and they find my new goals right there. And it's a list of everyone's new goals and the date that I wrote the new goals, so that we never have an issue about like first attend with a new mandate.
I see.
Because like these are all things that after 5 years I planned so far ahead for.
Wow.
The next thing that I do is I plan for the whole year, 2 months at a time. I used to do 1 month at a time in high school, but I find that younger kids, it takes 2 months for them to like really grasp stuff.
I agree with that.
So I
this
split
is the
it up.
do segment?
Yeah. Oh,
All right,
we're
so
past C. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Let's
talk about. All right. So C. All right. You want to talk about your do, what you do?
Yeah. So
Okay.
so I
And then I'll
see
talk
my
about
space.
my
I
do.
see my names. I make my Google Docs, and then I plan for the year. So I'm doing September, October. They're gonna do a poem, and it's gonna be the same poem. And I didn't pick the poem yet, but last year it was Dreams by Langston Hughes. And then November, December, they do a poem. I didn't pick the poem for this year yet, but it was Nothing Gold Can Stay by Robert Frost.
Correct. We
And-
talked about that.
Right. And then January, February is a new poem for them. Last year I wrote a love poem, and we
Cute.
used that one. And then March and April, we did a poem, Do Not Stand at My Grave and Weep by Mary Elizabeth Fry.
Okay.
And then May and June, we kind of just reviewed all of the poems that we did all year, but I think I'm going to pick a new poem for that. So
Okay.
I split up my school year just based 2 months at a time and what poem we're going to work on. And then from there, I branch off activities based on each kid's individual goals.
But it's all the central theme is the poem.
For the most part, but it might be like, so it could be like our vocabulary words are like emotion words. So it like, so excited, infuriated, livid is, so maybe it's going to be September, October is going to be Dreams by Langston Hughes, and then emotion vocabulary.
Wow.
And then November, December might be Nothing Gold Can Stay by Robert Frost, and then
attributes, let's
attributes.
say.
Yeah.
So within the poem, you pick a specific part of language that you focus on.
Yeah.
And then you subcategorize that
The
into
vocabulary.
vocabulary, speech sounds, writing.
Yeah, then we'll take all those rhyming words, and then that'll be our word families for them.
Wow.
But all the
that's-
kindergartners don't do those poems. The kindergartners all do chicken soup with rice for each month.
Wow.
So I only do those poems for 1st through 4th grade, and kindergartners do chicken soup with rice, and they do a lot of like segmenting sounds, blending sounds, identifying sounds, producing sounds, and tracing words while they're making the sounds.
This is very well thought out. I have to follow up with I don't have that much well thought out. This is
I
like
just do
category within category within
Yeah.
subset within
And then now we just need
goals.
stories and crafts.
yeah.
And
to
then
supplement
the
what you
whole
just
year
did.
is just done. I just summed up my whole entire year right here sitting in this
Right.
chair. I didn't even write all that down yet.
Right. That's great.
But if you just split it up, like if you have, I think you should do 2 months at a time, like I do 2 months at a time based on like the level of functioning. But if you had like 5th grade and older, or like higher functioning children that you were working with, I would do 1 month at a time. And I'd be like, this month is starfish. The next month is...
I mean, what I do is when in terms of like planning my lessons, I do it almost by like 2 months or seasons, let's say.
Okay.
But I do go off a lot of what the teacher is doing because I am in a school and you have to work with the teacher, and I can't work on this poem if the teacher's doing the solar system. I can't. I have
Right,
to
yeah.
do
Yeah.
pretty much what not the Common Core, but what is going on in the classroom, because these are more impaired children, so they need much more consistency.
Right.
So-
and you're trying to really promote that carryover with
Yes,
the repetition.
exactly. So
And I feel like that's something that comes with experience as well, because now that I've been in this school, last year was my first year there. this is my second year there, so I remember all they did last year, so now I'm better prepared in my planning this year. So
Right.
I know what types of compositions they have to create. And I
Right.
know what like their one-page stories look like, whether it's fiction or nonfiction. I remember what the teachers complained about, how there wasn't enough
Right.
detail, there
Yeah.
wasn't enough adjectives. So like 1 month, we're just gonna like it's all gonna be adjectives
Right.
for 2 months
Yeah.
straight.
It definitely helps that you've had that
Yeah.
experience with them. So,
Mm-hmm.
what I do is, so I'm still. I know you just like went in a great direction there. I'm gonna bring it to a different direction.
Okay.
Of like back to school. You know, I'm
Right.
still here. I'm still like getting back to the rhythm of work.
Right, yeah.
So that's where my mind is. So that's why my do part of this segment is what are you going to do when you have your students coming in or your clients coming in? You're going to review their files. You're going
Right.
to interview the teachers or the parents.
Do all those phone calls,
Yes,
emails,
phone calls.
whatever.
I usually do like an intro letter to the parents.
I do that, and I do a photo contract release form.
Oh, yes. Photo contract release form is good.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to ask the parents to send in a speech notebook or a folder, that's great too. That way you have all their work in one place. And I don't know if it's obvious or not, but assess them formally and or informally.
Right,
Just
yeah.
to see like where you're even starting with them. I know a lot of people will write in, well, we get a lot of questions like, where do I start and stuff, but...
You're just making me remember I never called a parent at 6 o'clock like I was supposed to.
All right.
Oopsie. I'll call him
Call
tomorrow.
her later. I called a parent today when I was online at the mall. I got free lipstick, by the way. National Lipstick Day.
Yeah,
at
I heard
MAC.
that. I'm mad. I want
Yeah.
that. I'm going to wear more lipsticks this year. And I'm going to, I spent like a couple days watching Sex in the City. I'm going to really focus on my clothes.
Great. I know. Clothes are great.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's what I do. In terms of like my planning, my lessons, Deborah has a very organized but great way. I can't say I do that. I will take some of what you said though and apply it to
It's
my
just
caseload.
so easy because now if
seems,
someone wants to be like, what did Judy do in October? I'm gonna be like, she read Dreams by Langston
Yeah.
Hughes. Like she
That's
wrote.
great.
I know what she did because that's what I made everybody do, and it's not like anything is too easy or too difficult because we're doing something that like most anyone can learn and enjoy.
Right. That's great.
So that's what I think, and I just find it so much easier. Another thing that I do, because I'm also a CF supervisor, so I observe the CFs on Wednesdays because my school has a half day. So I create a running Google Doc. I share it with all of my CFs of all of the Wednesdays from now until the end of the school year, and then I put time blocks and I make them sign up for all their observation times.
Oh, wow.
So they know when I'm coming. I know when I'm coming. I make them put the address and the room number. So it's just like a running document of not only a record of when I observe them, but they sign up. So it's not like I even need to have that conversation.
Right. You just schedule yourself.
Yeah, so I just put all the Wednesdays
Yeah.
from September to June, and then I'm like, who's going to be seen on this
Yeah.
day? And I give them time blocks, like you're 12:30 to 1:30 or 2 to 3.
That's so great.
Yeah.
It's working smarter, not harder, honestly.
And then I do monthly pizza meetings with the CFs. Well, last year was pizza meetings, but I think this year it might be nacho meetings.
Wow.
And it's like always.
That's not show meeting.
Yeah. Well, I do have a nacho Instagram.
I know.
Yeah,
You still
so
have that?
I do. Nacho Ordinary Gals with Gabby, who came on my birthday.
Okay. What
Yeah,
is your
she's my-
nacho Instagram about? Like,
It's
what
just
is this?
nacho. We just take pictures of nachos and we
Interesting.
review them. We say how much it cost and what the ingredients were and where they were.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just
that's
a whole
pretty
Instagram
cool.
of nachos. So
Cool.
we're going to have,
Alright.
so it'll be like the last Monday of every month, and I'll put that. So I'll put the date, the location, the time, and then I'll have them RSVP, and I say they can only miss 1 or 2 at
Wow.
most.
Okay.
And that's where we like talk and we figure out like how the CFs are doing, and
Yeah.
like then make them bring me their notes and talk about an activity that they
Yeah.
did. And we do, another thing we do is a glow and grow document.
Nice. And we get a
Yeah.
lot of questions from CFs. That's why
Oh,
we
right.
want to do a whole episode on CF.
Yeah,
all
we're
that
going to do
fun
a whole
stuff.
CF episode
Yeah.
next. Is that the next episode?
Yeah, let's do
Okay.
it. So the other part of this is, what do we write?
Right. Yeah.
Right, going back to reality and all that good stuff. So what do I write in my session note? Usually, the first couple of sessions, it's okay, I think, to write establishing rapport, and then you're assessing them. Then you could write your assessment in your session note, like quick and easy. Don't go too crazy, because that's what reports are for.
Right.
And I think what you're really writing is like your plan of where you want to go, and your observations of your assessment. And also, I think it's important to write like any type of phone call you have with parents, or any type of contact you have with parents. I think it's great to just like jot down what they say and put that in the student's folder, or just whatever. Just keep the written stuff. That way, if you have a meeting again with that parent, you can be like, oh, I remember in September we talked about this, and it's June now, and here's where your kid is at. So I don't know, I just think writing everything down is great.
Yeah.
So I write a lot.
And write a lot for yourself, not just based on the requirements of a note or what's being requested of you, because like it's important for you to remember certain things about the session that maybe is not required by a session note. So like write stuff for like in our second episode, SLP Toolkit. That's what they were talking about, saying like write a note for yourself that's helpful for you.
Oh, yes. And for me, like writing helps me remember it more. So being a tactile learner and visual.
For writing, for me, I write like a bunch of scholar goals, and then I rewrite their goals into sentence form. So if it's like, Maria will answer a variety of WH questions, I'll say Maria answered WHO questions with blank % accuracy. So I'm just filling in the blank. Next, I keep a running document of the new goals, like I said. Next, I keep monthly Google Drive files. So it'll just say like September 2018, and it'll say like September 1st, 2018, and I'll say the kid, the time, and just a little sentence. Just for me. That's not for the session notes. That's not for CSIS. That's not for them. It's just, they did this. I noticed this. This is what I want to work on. It's just like extra information that would be too time consuming to put in the official note, but I have it on my own personal record.
Okay. And CSIS, for whoever doesn't know, is just this like online portal to I guess bill or write
for the NYCDOE.
NYCDOE.
Department of Education.
I do a lot of handwriting, which I'm trying to transition next year into just only online notes, and then just CSIS. I don't want.
Well, next year I have SLP Toolkit, so I'm going to be using SLP Toolkit. I have the full membership.
Cool.
So I'm going to start entering all the kids that I know will be at the school, so that when school starts, I only have to enter the incoming kids and the kindergartners.
Yeah. A lot of CSIS is the, what we were just talking about, has a lot of like their goals all in one place, or IP in one place, so I feel like that is somewhat helpful.
I don't think it's helpful at all.
You don't think so?
I think it's the worst thing about the job. I hate it.
It
takes so long to load. Even if I'm like, I'm going to be good and do this right now, I can't get on.
Really?
I have to reset my password constantly.
Oh, God.
It's just a nightmare.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
And because I haven't been in the same location forever, I have like 200 kids.
That's why. Okay. Different. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So, anything else you wanted to mention?
So, my tip and trick is to use Google Drive to your advantage. Use the Google Docs within that. You can access it on any computer anywhere. You can have running documents that you share with everyone in the school, including the parents, so that everyone can be in the loop and in the know. No one's going to question what you're doing because all the information is right there.
That's a good one.
Google Drive will save your life.
Google Drive is great. I like that you could share it, and I like that you could access it anywhere. So that's like in case you.
So what's your tip or trick?
My tip or trick? Well, I thought it was a good one, but I feel like your Google Drive is more impressive. But I like this tip. So when you're writing your session notes, if you're like me, a little old-fashioned, you like to handwrite. So what I'll do is like in one column or one side of the page, I'll write the students' goals and then break down the goals into short-term goals. And then I'll photocopy that one session note and keep just using photocopied session notes, so that way the goals are already there. I don't have to go back and be like, wait, what goal?
I do that for preschool.
Yeah, and that way, like, let's say the right-hand column, the right side of the page is where I'll take my data and I'll write, like, my daily session notes. And on the left side of the page are their goals, like right there. I have their name, let's say their age, their class, and their goals. So I don't have to keep searching on CSIS, let's say, or in their folder what goal I'm working on. It's right there, all on the paper. And then
Right.
I'll have all those session notes in one section of a binder, let's say, or a folder, however you want to do it.
And now we're up to our quote section of the
Yes.
show. And I think our quote should just be, worry is the misuse of imagination.
I like that.
Because you're just thinking of things that you don't want to happen, and you need to realize you are not a psychic, and you know what? You can only control so much. So
Yeah.
everyone needs to just take a breather. I feel like I get so many like emails and messages from people saying they're such a nervous wreck, and
Yeah.
I'm like, just show up. Just
Yeah,
show up.
just-
This is not
That's right.
open heart surgery.
Right.
You
Yeah.
are not working on someone's
Right.
brain with like a scalpel.
Yeah, and you know what I think when I get like messages like that too, and I'm like, you care so much, and that's like the first step right there. The fact
Right.
that you care right now, if you're
Mhm.
doing a good job, is like half the battle. Like you care, your heart's in it. That's half of it, and
Yeah.
like the rest, you'll figure it out. And hopefully this episode was helpful.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was informative, and
We might be a
brought
little
you back
rusty. We haven't been doing this for a couple months. But we'll get right
yeah.
back into the game.
I think we're good. I think we did great. If I don't say so myself.
Okay.
And with that, here's SLP's Wine and Cheese.
It's been great. Thanks for
Yes,
listening.
good night.
Ciao.
Bye.